Hi, it's Lisa Cuneo and welcome to my scrapbook table. This layout is part of an online online crop that I'm doing this weekend called Cruise the Nile. It's hosted by Monica Hayward from Life is Art, and she goes to a ton of work to host these crops, and I'm having a lot of fun with this. So this one was to be inspired by a color palette that she shared online. And I went through my color bins and pulled out everything that fit the color palette that she shared. And I found these tags that were from Felicity Jane, I'm almost certain. And I decided I was going to base my layout on those. And I am in the process of dismantling a very old magnetic album with photos of mostly me that my mom had put together when I was probably, I don't know, 10 or so. She had put these in there. Some of them have a little bit of a caption to them, but most of them are just photos. And sadly, my camera got turned off and I didn't know it. So you missed me doing the mixed media on this page, but I'm going to add some more, so you'll see that in just a moment. And originally I was going to have these tags go across the page in a horizontal row, but I ended up switching that and having them go down along the side. I also went through my bin where I keep long border stickers and strips from that I cut off of patterned paper that have designs on them. I can never think of what those are called when I want to think of it. Anyway, I pulled these out because they fit the color scheme. And I layered up probably 4 or 5 of those to create a little shelf to put my photos on. And so now is when I realize the mixed media on the right is not going up far enough because I want it to go quite a ways above the 2 photographs. So I kind of have to pull these up. I take a couple of them off, but some just stay there. And I get my stamps out again. This one is like a woven linen. It's a Stampin' Up stamp, but I've actually taken it off the block and put it on another block so that I have 2 on one just to save space. And I'm using a yellow ink that's a Distress Oxide. And I didn't get it right where I wanted it. I mean, there's some blank spots, but it doesn't matter. I just put a little more ink on there and stamp it again. Then I am using a stamp from an old Stampin' Up set called Gorgeous Grunge to add some more lines to this. And the color is Glacier from Close to My Heart. The white background paper is Daisy White cardstock from Close to My Heart. And so there we go. I have that all down. And since I work on a wooden table, when I'm stamping something large, I put a piece of fun foam behind. That's what you see behind my paper there. I will move that soon. And I also still need to decide what I'm going to put around the back of it, because this white is cut down to about 11.5-inch square rather than a 12 by 12. I have this label, and I do end up using it, but I set it aside for a while. One thing I love about this layout is almost all of it came from my color bins where I have sorted leftovers from collections and just random embellishments and some things that I received from swaps, which you'll see I do use some of that on here. So other than the Daisy White cardstock and the black paper that I chose to go around the back, all of this came from those color bins, so it was great to use some of that. I used a Close to My Heart stamp that I actually bought for $1 recently. It is called Live Out Loud, and it had this saying in it that said, "Imagine the possibilities." And I thought that fit. These are photos of me taken probably late summer or early fall of 1969. I believe that's my mom holding my hands there in the picture on the left. You just see her hands. And I don't have much journaling to do about this because obviously I wasn't even a year old. I don't remember anything about it. I don't remember being told what was happening or anything. So I thought, imagine the possibilities. Made a good title. Sorry, my head's getting in the way there. And then I decided, since I had done the title in black, that I needed some more black stamping. So again, this is a stamp from the Gorgeous Grunge stamp set. It's no longer available, but I think you could probably find it on eBay or a site like Split Coast Stampers where they have a used message board. So that's a possibility. It's one of my favorite sets for mixed media. I actually used to own it, then I got rid of it years ago, and last summer I found it at a secondhand store, so I was happy with that. So this is coming together. Now is where I'm putting on that label. I actually cut it in half so I could do part above the photo and part below the photo. There we go. I think I pulled in my ruler to help me get it in the right place, but I may have cut that out of the video. For some reason, I had a really hard time getting this photograph lifted up. I must have just added adhesive a little lower than I thought I did. But there we go. And now this is a cardboard frame from Felicity Jane, I'm pretty sure also. And I cut it in half. This is what I usually do with frames because they aren't usually the size I want. And so I split them and use them as embellishments. They're also a little thicker than I like, so I went ahead and split the pieces of the chipboard to make it a little less bulky. And I'm gluing that down. And now is when I realize I wish I had attached the label that's near my left pinky. I wish I had moved it to the right a little bit. But I end up coming up with a way that kind of fills in the gap that's bothering me there. And I want to use the other half of the frame, so it just goes opposite the other piece. And now's where I'm pulling out some things from a swap. These items were from Josie Thomas. The swap happens on a Facebook group from Ginger's Corner, whose tagline is "There's no wrong way to play with paper." I love her positivity and her good energy. She's just such an inspiring scrapbooker, and I appreciate the effort she and her captains put into these swaps. And I will try to tag Josie when I post this layout so she knows that I've used her swap items. The color scheme fit. There was a dark red in these swap items, which I love. Dark red is one of my favorite colors, but I didn't want to add another color to this layout, so I just kind of strategically alternated the flowers in a way that the dark red didn't show up. Now I have this charm. I've had it for probably 15 years, and I don't know why I keep it, because every time I go to use it, I realize it's like to be a pendant almost. So there's a ring on it that's really thick. And I know if I put it in a scrapbook, it's going to damage what's on the facing page or the page behind it, just because it is so thick. So I end up not using it. It would have been just the right color, and I would have had just the right spot for it, but I ended up putting it back in my bin. Maybe I'll ask my husband if he could come up with a way to get that off of there, though it's solid metal. I have a feeling I'll just take it to the giveaway box or giveaway table at the next crop I go to. So here I'm cleaning up, and I'm thinking about what else is going to go on here. And really all that I do now is add just minimal journaling. Usually I do quite a bit of journaling, but as I said, I don't really have much to say about these pictures. So I just put my name and the date or the year, that's the best I could do, and the location, which was our hometown of DuBois, Pennsylvania. And I just do that with a black pen. So this layout is just about done. If you're interested, check out Monica Hayward and her Life is Art Facebook group. She hosts these crops, I think about once a month. I'm not positive. This is the first one I've actually gotten to take part in, though I've been on the Facebook page for some other ones. Here are some close-ups coming in a moment. Thanks for joining me today. Hope you have a good day. Bye.